Welcome to Mysteries in Crime. I'm your host, Melissa Thompson. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. I'd love to have you as part of our little community. Okay, so Halloween was definitely a trick or a treat, I'm not sure. A little after 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in Tennessee, Donald Wells was arrested for DUI, not having a valid registration. The financial charge, I believe that has to do with not having valid insurance, having an open bottle, and aggressive lane change, I believe the other one was. Before that, we know he was on No Thanks Investigates with Doug, and Josh from the lab was there, and Chris McDonough from the interview room was there. And Donald did not seem very happy about seeing Chris McDonough. Even though Doug and Josh informed him that Chris McDonough would be on, he just seemed very upset. I don't know if he didn't remember or if he was on something and that was why he seemed shocked. He didn't last on the live very long. He did, however, show a big bottle of whiskey, and we already knew he had been drinking, and he continued to drink out of the open bottle. Him and Candus were fighting as per usual. They are more volatile together than I think they would be apart. It's a bad situation. So anyway, Donald was arrested a little after midnight on Halloween because he decided he was going to go out and get cigarettes. So he was driving while under the influence, which I have to tell you, I feel very disgusted about. I'm in the medical field. I have seen so many innocent people hurt by drunk drivers. So I have no leniency for him in that situation. He should not have been driving. So he was arrested and bonded out sometime later that day for a little less than $600 he probably had to put up. I don't know who bonded him out. There are rumors that it was a family friend, but we shall see. And his vehicle was turned over to a family member. Now, this morning, November 1st, Donald Wells had to appear in court for his arraignment on the DUI charges. Well, guess what, you guys? He got arrested again for violating probation. So he was scheduled at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Daniel Boyd, and he was informed that he violated probation. Wells walked out of the courtroom by Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson. I bet you Ronnie Lawson was so happy to arrest him because I think Ronnie Lawson thinks they know a lot more information about Summer than they're letting on. Wells was in the hearing to address charges received on Saturday, October 29th. I don't know where they get this date from. This is in an article on WJHL. That happened Sunday, October 31st in the morning. So they have the wrong date in this article. For driving under the influence, among other charges. Around 9:20 a.m., Sheriff Lawson entered the courtroom. Another officer placed Wells under arrest for the alleged violation of probation following his arrest. Wells approached the podium. Wells mentioned in court that he was unsure how he could keep up with the court expenses along with maintaining child support of his sons. He followed his statement and said that the blood work from Saturday night's arrest would tell all. I don't know what that's supposed to mean because we're all pretty sure it's going to show that he was intoxicated. And added to the judge that he could represent himself. The judge asked Wells when his last day of work was, to which Wells replied saying he had been working on his house and, quote, things for welfare to get the boys back. So he doesn't necessarily tell the judge when he was last working. So guys, is he actually going to work? Because it doesn't sound like it. He included that he and Summer's mom, Candus Bly, launched a YouTube channel in the hopes of finding Summer. So these are the charges from Sunday morning. It was Saturday night into Sunday morning's arrest. Expired vehicle registration, open container. So I'm assuming he brought some kind of alcoholic beverage on the road with him to get cigarettes. Financial responsibility law, and driving on roadways laned for traffic. And of course, the Wells had released a statement on their webpage and basically said that he made a stupid decision, which it's far beyond a stupid decision, Donald Wells. You should not be behind the wheel. You know, so many people get hurt by drunk driving and people under the influence, and this just angers me to no end. He and Candus, they need help. They need to go to rehab. It's a very, very volatile situation. I mean, and in some spots, seeing him talking on YouTube, it's like, oh my God, like, you act like you're in school, like high school, and you're playing games, but you're an adult, Donald. You're 56 years old, and your daughter is missing, and your sons have been taken away, and you and Candus just seem to pile on the alcohol when you're supposed to be getting everything together to get your boys back. And in the little preview we've seen of you and Candus going to appear on Dr. Phil makes a statement saying how you guys don't shed a tear for Summer. And it's true. I've said that as well. I feel like, why aren't you out there hanging up flyers? Why aren't you there talking her name, telling us more about her? But no, you don't. You don't do that, Donald. You rant and rave on any YouTube channel you can go on, and you blame everyone else. And in fact, there were several instances where you mentioned that you think that your stepsisters took Summer, that Chris McDonough took Summer, that you blame your neighbors, you blame your other employees that no longer work with you. I mean, this is crazy. So what is he doing all day if he's not going to work? Because they said that there are people coming in and out of the house fixing it up to get the boys back. Listen, you guys, the boys cannot go back to that situation. That is a bad situation for those kids. And I cannot see CPS turning those boys back over to them. And I still think that TBI and Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, they're still looking at them as persons of interest. And in fact, Ronnie Lawson said that nobody is off the table as a person of interest. So his bond was $5,750 on October 1st. He was released at 7:34 a.m., according to Hawkins County records. So now he's not going to be back in court until February 6th of 2022 to find out his blood test results of how intoxicated he was. I mean, does he really think that it's going to come back that he had no alcohol in his blood? Because I got news for him. It's going to come back that way. I'm also really, really curious to what Candus has to say about all this, because we do know from recent interviews Donald has given that him and Candus have not been getting along and they have been having arguments. I think there's something brewing and one of them is about to snap. My bet is it's going to be Donald any day. It looks like he can't deal with this pressure anymore. And Candus, we know from Crime Stories Obsessed that she wanted Donald arrested. She doesn't trust this man. She doesn't want him with her daughter. I mean, it's toxic. It's a toxic situation. So I don't know what the bond was today, if he had a bond out. I'm really surprised they let him out on violation of probation. But they did release him on his own recognizance. Okay, that's what I found. So I guess he did not have to pay any more bail. So he will be back in February. Let's see if he starts chatting about this soon. I hope all of you are well. Wishing you all a beautiful week. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.